Just a real quick video. Um, I wanted to do this with the fancy intro that I've had, but I've noticed that whenever I do one with a webcam and a fancy intro, the audio like shakes a lot, when I'm not using YouTube. So until I get an actual video camera that is like $150, I'll be having to use the YouTube service and record from webcam, which sucks except for when I'm doing my Warcraft levels, which is going to be using Windows Movie Maker, because I'm weird like that. Anyway, once again, back onto Warcraft, World of Warcraft. When I made the level videos, I've been saying the links to some people, and I've noticed that some of the recommended videos are titled like Horde or Alliance, Horde versus Alliance, and it's, people's comments about what is better, Horde or Alliance. So I decided to make a video about that. So let's do that. Um, it just really depends on my mood if I like Horde or Alliance more. I like the Horde more in a way because of the fact that they're, to me, they're a little bit more accepting. It seems weird to say that, but they're a little bit more accepting. And I'm not talking about the players, but like the NPCs too. They're, I feel like they're nicer. Even though that sounds weird when you're talking about NPCs, maybe when you're talking about players. But the NPCs are nicer and they're more interesting. I like the storyline of the Horde a little bit better than the Alliance. I will always have a little place in my heart for the Horde. I do have some Alliance characters, as you probably have seen from my level, videos. Oh, these are my Warcraft levels. I do have some Alliance ones. They're mostly Draenei and a human because I'm training with one of my friends with that human, and then a Night Elf. And those are the only ones I have for Alliance. I just those racist stories I don't mind going through. I've tried the dwarves and the gnomes, and they're okay. They're just a little whatever. It just seems weird. But I can always pick up a Horde character and play their story. Lately I've been obsessed with my undead mage, because I just love my favorite NPC of all time, which is weird that I'm adding this one. My favorite NPC of all time is Lady Sylvanas. She'll always be my favorite. She's just she. I love the design of her. She's very beautiful, which seems weird. Someone say, "Oh, well, it's the undead. Undead are rotting and blah blah blah." But I like her. She's really cool. I like how in the Blood Elf story, you get to see her. You get to go to her about like level 17 with a necklace that was once hers. In case anyone hasn't heard about that, I'm just giving you spoilers. And you get to see her really show her emotions and her regards on her past. So it is really good. I do love that part of the Blood Elf story, and I do love the Blood Elf story too. Um, I would have to say my Horde race, my favorite Horde race would either be, I'd say a tie between the Undead and Blood Elves. They're both very interesting. I love the Undead story because of the fact that um, they're they're pretty much working their butts off to not become a slave of the Lich King. And then it kind of makes you feel bad, like, say you've been a human for a while. Because when I first started becoming undead, I had been a human like 3 times. And you go into the undead story and you find out that a lot of the human people that you're fighting, and they're attacking the undead just because they're like, oh, well, you look like the Scourge, and, you look like you're going to be in the Lich King's army, so we're just going to kill you. It's like, well, wait a minute, some do have the ability to think for themselves, you shouldn't be attacking them. And that's what I like about being on both sides, is you get to see both sides of the story. You get to see the human suffering and the Night Elves and, the Alliance suffering, and then you also get to see the Horde suffering. And it just shows more about the war that is in the World of Warcraft. And I'm kind of excited for Cataclysm because of the fact that there's going to be 2 new races. There's going to be Worgens for the Alliance, and there's going to be the Goblins that you see in Booty Bay. They're going to be on the Horde, which is odd, someone say, because of the fact you think that the Worgens, because they're like werewolves, would be on the Horde, because most Hordes are monsterish-like, except for Blood Elves. They're kind of more like the beautiful vampire. If you want to try to find a monster that they look like, they're more like the beautiful vampires that you see like in Anne Rice's books, except with huge ears. Um, and then the Alliance are a little bit nicer looking. They aren't really that ugly. But then the Horde, they have the undead, they have the rotting dead, they have the undead are rotting, so they're not so glamorous. um, and they have Taurens, which are huge and not really the most beautiful. They have orcs and trolls with the serious back problems because they're always hunched over. And now they're gonna have goblins, and they're like, well, wait. I mean, I can understand that in a way because they are. Some would say, oh well, goblins are monsters, but I would, if I was the one deciding which species would go for which side, I would say the Worgen would be on the Horde. But that's just me rambling. um, but when Cataclysm does come out, I will be making a Worgen and a Goblin, and hopefully by then I'll have a screen capture device so that I can show you guys like the first like 10 levels or so, out of pure boredom. And hopefully during the times I'll be doing the first 10 levels, no one will be messaging me. So yeah, if there is any gonna be messages, I'll probably sign out during the video. But yeah, that's pretty much my topic, my idea of which is better, Horde or Alliance. I would say mainly Horde because of the interesting stories, the fact that they're not so glamorous, and just the way that the NPCs are. I like the little stories of the NPCs and the mannerisms and stuff like that. Though I do sometimes like the Alliance, it's just mostly Horde. Um, I do want to know what you think. Do you guys like the Horde or do you guys like the Alliance? And if you like the Horde more, are you willing to play the Alliance? And same with the Alliance. If you like Alliance more, are you willing to play the Horde? Um. Oh, and who is your favorite like NPC or your favorite quest? Because I said my favorite NPC, but some may not have an NPC that's their favorite. So choose your favorite quest if you can't think of anything else. I don't really have a favorite quest, except no, I don't really have one because after a while they just get way too difficult. So it's like, you know what, whatever. Okay, anyway, I hope you guys like this. This was just me rambling. Bye.